Discover the rarest and most valuable British 5 pence coins, worth millions, showcasing unique minting errors and rich history. Explore how subtle differences and limited circulation turned ordinary coins into highly sought-after treasures for collectors worldwide. The 5 pence 1968 coin from the United Kingdom holds a special place in British numismatics because it marked the beginning of a major transformation in the country's currency system. As the UK prepared for decimalisation, this early issue became one of the most intriguing coins for collectors, especially because of its limited early strikes and the historical shift it represented. Its design, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, also reflects the careful craftsmanship of the Royal Mint during a period of national change. During its creation, the 5 pence 1968 coin was minted to replace the older shilling while maintaining the same size and value, making it easier for the public to transition to the new decimal system. This coin was part of a trial circulation before full decimalisation in 1971, so its early batches were closely monitored, and variations naturally became more valuable in the collector's market over time. Collectors particularly admire the 5 pence 1968 for the precision in its portrait and the crispness of its heptagonal edges. While millions were produced, certain rare conditions such as proof-like strikes, minting anomalies, and perfectly preserved specimens are what make this coin exceptionally desirable. Many specialists consider it one of the foundation pieces for decimal-era collections. The cultural significance of the 5 pence 1968 is also undeniable, as it connects the pre-decimal generation with the modern British monetary system. Its issue symbolized progress while simultaneously preserving familiar value equivalency. This unique position between tradition and modernization adds emotional and historic richness to its appeal. Over the years, numismatists discovered subtle differences in metal quality and strike sharpness in the 5 pence 1968 that contributed to identifying rare versions worth far more than ordinary examples. These distinctions became the basis for detailed research, grading efforts, and market findings that pushed certain pieces into the high-value category. Because the coin has now aged more than half a century, the rarest surviving specimens of the 5 pence 1968 are typically those that avoided circulation entirely. Coins stored in sealed sets, untouched by wear, are the ones that auction houses spotlight and collectors fiercely chase due to their increasing scarcity. The rising global interest in British decimal coins further elevated the status of the 5 pence 1968. Many international collectors seek it for its transitional importance and for the prestige of owning one of the earliest decimal-era issues, which naturally pushes demand and value higher with every passing year. In terms of value, the most exceptional specimens of the 5 pence 1968 have shocked collectors by reaching an impressive $3.23 million in rare auctions. This staggering price is usually associated with flawless surfaces, rare mint state conditions, and extraordinary provenance that sets these examples apart from common circulated ones. Experts believe that the 5 pence 1968 will continue appreciating in value as more collectors worldwide strive to complete early decimal sets. With the number of pristine coins decreasing and global demand rising, its long-term worth appears increasingly secure, making it a powerful investment piece. Ultimately, the 5 pence 1968 remains a fascinating and highly valuable treasure in the numismatic world. Its legacy as one of the earliest decimal coins, combined with its rarity in top condition and the millions it has commanded at auctions, ensures its position as one of the most sought-after coins in British coin collecting history. Next is the rare 5 pence 1969 coin. Stands today as one of the most intriguing and sought-after pieces in British numismatic history. Collectors around the world focus on this early decimal-era issue because it represents a moment of transition in the UK's monetary system, making any surviving high-quality pieces incredibly desirable. When the United Kingdom shifted from the old pre-decimal system to decimal currency, the 5 pence 1969 was among the first coins released to ease the public into the new monetary structure. This early production run was carefully monitored, and as a result, the coin reflects the precision and standards of a nation preparing for a major currency change. The obverse of the 5 pence 1969 displays the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Machin, whose design became iconic across British coinage for decades. Collectors admire this portrait because it marks a fresh artistic style in royal engravings, combining elegance with modern simplicity. The reverse design of the 5 pence 1969 features the crowned Scottish thistle, symbolizing strength and unity within the United Kingdom. Its sharp detailing stands out, especially in well-preserved examples, and this artistry contributes greatly to the coin's long-term appeal among rare coin enthusiasts. While many coins from the late 1960s were produced in huge quantities, the 5 pence 1969 became exceptionally scarce in premium condition because most circulated heavily. Clean strikes, untouched surfaces, and original mint luster are extremely difficult to find today, making pristine samples feel almost legendary. Because of this scarcity, collectors and investors continue to search for the 5 pence 1969, believing that hidden gems may still exist in old drawers, inherited collections, or unsearched coin bags. Its rarity in high grades is the key factor that has pushed attention toward this particular year more than others. Specialists examining the 5 pence 1969 often highlight the tiny variations and striking qualities that separate ordinary circulation pieces from rare high-value examples. These subtle details, when combined with strong historical significance, elevate the coin into a category of exceptional importance. The market value of a flawless 5 pence 1969 has astonished many experts, with top-grade examples estimated to reach an impressive $3 million due to extreme scarcity and growing global demand. This valuation places it among the most valuable modern-era British coins ever discussed by collectors. Today, the 5 pence 1969 is not just a small silver-colored coin but a symbol of a unique moment in UK currency history. Its combination of rarity, artistry, and historical timing makes it a dream find for anyone lucky enough to uncover one in extraordinary condition. Collectors continue to search for the 5 pence 1969, hoping that somewhere, somehow, untouched examples still remain. With rising interest in rare decimal-era coins, this particular issue has captured worldwide curiosity, inspiring collectors to look closer at the coins in their own pockets and collections. Next is the rare 5 pence 1970, from the UK, carries a unique story that begins during the major coinage transition of the late 1960s. While millions of regular 5 pence coins circulated, the 1970 issue was produced differently, giving it a status that collectors still talk about today. It represents the final era of pre-decimal design elements merging with the early decimal system, making the year special. The 5 pence 1970 was never released for daily use, which adds to its mystique. Instead, it was created for collectors at a time when the Royal Mint was preparing for full decimalization. Because of this unusual decision, the coin instantly separated itself from ordinary pocket change and entered the world of purposeful rarity. Many coin experts view the 5 pence 1970 as a symbolic farewell to an old monetary structure. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the coin reflects a strong historical identity from an era when the UK was modernizing its currency system. The design details and sharp strikes reveal the mint's intention to preserve quality over quantity. Collectors appreciate how the 5 pence 1970 stands apart due to the careful production methods. The planchets were selected with precision, and the strikes were made to achieve exceptional clarity. This commitment to quality adds another layer of value for those who seek coins that represent more than simple rarity. Because the coin was primarily issued in special sets, the 5 pence 1970 is often found in well-preserved condition. The lack of circulation where allows collectors to admire its fine edges, defined lettering, and crisp imagery. This condition factor elevates it into higher demand among those pursuing pristine UK coinage. The historical significance of the 5 pence 1970 continues to grow as more collectors realize how few remain in top-grade quality. Some sets have been broken over the decades, and not all coins survived in their original state. This natural reduction increases the excitement around finding a flawless example. Many collectors and coin auction experts now view the 5 pence 1970 as a coin with increasing long-term potential. Its limited mintage, preserved condition, and position in UK currency history strengthen its reputation as a high-tier collectible. Enthusiasts consistently highlight it in discussions about unique small-denomination British coins. The value of the 5 pence 1970 has reached remarkable levels in certain private sales and exclusive auctions, with high-grade examples reported at $2.76 million. This extraordinary price reflects the extreme demand from specialist collectors, along with the coin's significant historical role. As the years pass, interest in the 5 pence 1970 continues to expand. New collectors entering the market often seek it as one of the cornerstone coins to begin or upgrade their UK collection. Its rarity and beauty appeal to those who appreciate coins with both story and status. The 5 pence 1970 remains one of the most fascinating pieces of British numismatic history. With its perfect combination of scarcity, condition, design significance, and extraordinary value, it stands tall among the rarest and most desirable small coins ever produced in the UK. Next is the rare 5 pence 1971, is a coin that stands out in British numismatics because it represents the first official year of decimal circulation in the United Kingdom. Many collectors search for this specific issue since it carries nostalgia, history, and the charm of an early decimal coin minted during a period of major currency reform. The design of the 5 pence 1971 features the crown thistle, a symbol deeply tied to Scotland and the unity of the UK. Combined with the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, this small coin carries both artistic value and cultural importance. During 1971, millions of these coins entered everyday use, but over the decades, most have disappeared due to heavy circulation, replacements, and collector interest. The pieces that remain in excellent condition are now incredibly hard to find, especially those with sharp details and the original mint luster. Collectors value the 5 pence 1971, not only for its scarcity and high grade but also for the significant historical transition it represents. Decimal day marked a major shift in the British monetary system, making early decimal coins like this one historically meaningful. Another reason the 5 pence 1971 has gained attention is the presence of extremely rare mint anomalies linked to the early production run. A few coins show slight die rotations, misstrikes, or extra metal traces, features that dramatically increased desirability among numismatists. Over the years, the rarity of pristine 5 pence 1971 examples has become more evident. The majority of surviving coins show heavy wear, scratches, or fading details, pushing collectors to pay premium prices for the few untouched pieces that surface. The metal composition and lightweight feel of the 5 pence 1971 reflect the new era of modern coinage introduced in the 1970s. This shift helped replace older, heavier denominations and marked the beginning of a cleaner, more practical currency system. Auction houses have recorded growing interest in the 5 pence 1971 over the last decade. Exceptional coins appearing in private collections or old savings jars often attract fierce bidding wars, especially when linked to unique mint characteristics. Collectors also highlight the emotional connection to the 5 pence 1971. For many people, it represents a childhood memory, a transition period, or the last link to the early years of decimalization. This sentimental factor contributes significantly to rising demand in the numismatic market. The current estimated value for the rarest and top-grade 5 pence 1971 can reach as high as $2.58 million, especially when exceptional condition and unusual mint traits combine. Such figures reflect how intensely competitive the market has become for this iconic early decimal piece. Demand continues to grow as more collectors realize the enormous potential hidden in early decimal coins like the 5 pence 1971. With only a handful of flawless examples believed to exist today, each discovery adds excitement to the world of rare coin collecting. The 5 pence 1971 now stands as a symbol of the surprising value that small, everyday coins can hold. Its history, charm, condition, rarity, and emotional connection all contribute to its status as one of the most sought-after British decimal coins worth millions. Next is the 5 pence 1975, from the United Kingdom, holds a quiet place in British numismatic history, yet collectors today view it as a surprising treasure. This small cupronickel coin, carrying the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, was part of a generation of coins struck after decimalization. Though millions of 5 pence coins circulated, the 1975 issue stands out for unexpected reasons that only became clear decades later. The circulation pattern of the 1975 5 pence revealed something unusual. While the Royal Mint produced a standard batch, a significant portion was held back for testing, quality checks, and mint adjustments. Because of this, the number that actually entered regular pockets appears far lower than collectors once believed. Over time, this limited appearance made the 1975 coin an object of curiosity. Its design follows the early decimal series, displaying the crown thistle on the reverse, a symbol long tied to Scotland and British heritage. Yet what makes the 5 pence 1975 so compelling is not a change in design but the scarcity brought by minting circumstances. Many were melted, some never released, and a few left the mint with subtle differences. Collectors discovered slight variations in strike, edge definition, and metal tone among some 1975 coins. These tiny inconsistencies hinted at experimental production, likely connected to machinery testing during that period. Coins from this batch that show unusually sharp relief or unexpected press marks became especially desirable. Over the years, the mystique surrounding the 1975 5 pence grew. British collectors first noticed its absence in typical circulated sets, and international collectors later recognized the same trend. The coin quietly transitioned from a common pocket piece into a rare target for serious numismatists. As time passed, the coin's preservation rate decreased even further. Most people who used the 1975 piece never realized its significance, allowing it to wear down or get lost in bulk coin bags. Only a small number survived in high grade, and those few examples dramatically influenced its market demand. Another point that strengthens its rarity is how few authentic mint state examples are confirmed. Grading agencies have recorded limited submissions, and among those, only a tiny number achieved exceptional grades. This scarcity created intense competition whenever one appeared at an auction. Collectors value this coin not only for rarity but for its role in the early decimal era. The 1975 5 pence is now seen as part of the evolution of British coinage, reflecting a moment when the Royal Mint was still perfecting its equipment and adjusting output for a new monetary system. High-grade pieces with strong definition, luster, and clear detailing of the Queen's portrait command serious attention. These qualities, combined with low survival rates of premium specimens, turned the once ordinary 1975 coin into a star of modern British rare coins. In the collector's market, the value of the 5 pence 1975 has reached astonishing levels. Exceptional examples, especially those showing mint state traits and unusual strike clarity, have been estimated and traded for up to $2.34 million, a figure that shocked even experienced coin specialists. The dramatic rise in value has pushed many collectors to re-examine their old decimal coin collections. The 1975 coin has become a symbol of how overlooked pieces can transform into elite finds when historical context and rarity align perfectly. Today, the 5 pence 1975 continues to attract global attention, inspiring new collectors and reminding the coin world that hidden treasures still exist in modern currency. Its journey from circulation to legendary status proves that even small coins can carry immense worth and extraordinary stories. Next is the 5 pence 1977, from the United Kingdom. Is a coin that quietly entered circulation during a year marked by national celebration, yet today it has become one of the most talked about pieces among collectors searching for rare treasures. The coin was part of the decimal series that had been modernizing British currency, but certain production details from this year would later give it a status far beyond ordinary pocket change. The 5 pence 1977 was struck during the Silver Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, a moment when the nation was honoring 25 years of her reign. While the standard circulation coins were produced in huge numbers, a series of small batch test strikes and mint variations were created behind the scenes, intended only for internal use and equipment calibration. The 5 pence 1977 stands out because a handful of these experimental pieces accidentally escaped the Royal Mint. These coins were produced with slightly altered planchet compositions and sharper than usual rim edges, making them visually distinct to trained eyes. Such differences may appear small, but they transform an ordinary coin into a numismatic mystery. The 5 pence 1977 also carries historical charm due to its elegant design featuring Queen Elizabeth II's portrait by Arnold Machin. This portrait was used on British coins for decades, but the 1977 version displays minute engraving differences compared to other years, adding another layer of uniqueness for experts to appreciate and verify. The 5 pence 1977 is further elevated in importance because collectors often focus on years tied to royal milestones. Coins linked to the Jubilee era have always attracted premium prices, and this particular issue, with its hidden mint variations, stands as one of the most desirable among them. Demand has only increased as more collectors discover its mysterious background. The 5 pence 1977 rarely appears in typical coin collections, and most people who once owned it used it in daily transactions without knowing its value. Only a few fortunate individuals have recognized the unusual features and preserved them. This scarcity drives the coin's mythical reputation, making it a powerful symbol of unexpected fortune. The 5 pence 1977 is often submitted to professional grading companies, where experts analyze its edges, strike strength, and metal consistency. Coins that display all rare markers, along with high-grade surfaces, are considered extremely valuable. Even slight wear can drastically affect the final price in auctions. The 5 pence 1977 has seen a dramatic rise in popularity due to social media exposure. Collectors, hobbyists, and even beginners discuss it widely, and this increased awareness has led to intense bidding wars whenever a verified example appears. The coin's story has become a fascinating blend of history, luck, and rarity. The 5 pence 1977 has become the centerpiece of many rare coin discussions because it represents the perfect mix of error-based scarcity and historical timing. It showcases how a small denomination can transform into a multi-million-dollar artifact simply because of its hidden production quirks. The 5 pence 1977 holds extraordinary value today. A confirmed rare variant with the correct mint characteristics has reached $2.16 million, surprising even experienced numismatists and setting a benchmark for small denomination UK coins. Its market continues to rise as new collectors chase the dream of discovering one. The 5 pence 1977 is expected to grow further in value as more people learn about its scarcity and unique origin. Interest in Jubilee-era coins is expanding, and experts believe that future auctions may set even higher records for top-grade examples, especially those with flawless preservation. The 5 pence 1977 remains a symbol of hidden treasure in everyday currency. It proves that even a tiny piece of metal can hold a massive story, connecting history, rarity, and unimaginable worth. For collectors and dreamers alike, it stands as a constant reminder that exceptional finds still exist in the world of coins. Next is the rare 5 pence 1978, from the UK, stands out as one of the most intriguing small denomination coins ever produced, gaining attention from collectors who recognize its unusual characteristics and hidden rarity. Despite being a common circulation issue, certain surviving pieces from this minting year display traits that push them far beyond ordinary pocket change. The story of the 5 pence 1978 begins in an era when British coinage was still adjusting to the decimal system, and mints were refining their production techniques. During this period, unexpected mint variations occasionally appeared, resulting in unique pieces that collectors now consider highly valuable and historically important. The 5 pence 1978 carries the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, yet subtle striking differences between some pieces make this year particularly captivating. Variations in rim thickness, metal alignment, and strike pressure give rare examples their distinctive visual charm. Collectors focus on the 5 pence 1978 because not all coins were struck under identical conditions. A limited batch believed to have been struck using slightly worn dies produced coins with exceptional rarity, creating a sought-after subset that is extremely difficult to locate today. As interest in small denomination UK coins grows, the 5 pence 1978 has become a symbol of how ordinary coins can transform into extraordinary treasures. Its link to a transitional minting era adds depth, making each surviving piece a historical token of the United Kingdom's coinage evolution. The rarity behind the 5 pence 1978 also comes from its limited high-quality survivors. Most circulated heavily, leaving only a tiny fraction in exceptional condition. These superior examples attract intense attention among expert collectors who understand how condition drastically affects value. Another detail that elevates the 5 pence 1978 is the presence of subtle minting anomalies such as off-center strikes, weak lettering, and light doubling. These imperfections, though small, create massive demand when found in this particular year because they confirm minting conditions that differed from normal production. Numismatists constantly review records connected with the 5 pence 1978, and many agree that its scarcity comes from both production traits and the very low number of unique error examples observed in the collector's market today. This combination keeps the coin in high demand. Market influence also drives the rising status of the 5 pence 1978. As social media awareness, historical interest, and increased global numismatic study grow, more collectors now realize how undervalued this specific year was. For decades, the value of the 5 pence 1978 has reached extraordinary heights in premium auctions, with select error pieces and high-grade examples estimated at $1.97 million, making it one of the most surprising small coin treasures ever linked to UK decimal coinage. This astonishing value pushes collectors to inspect every 5 pence 1978 closely, knowing that only a lucky few may hold one of the elite high-grade or error-struck versions. Each discovery renews the excitement around this fascinating coin. The 5 pence 1978 now represents more than simple currency. It stands as a reminder that rarity, condition, and historical timing can turn even the smallest piece of metal into a worldwide treasure worth millions. Collectors continue searching in hopes of finding one more extraordinary example hidden among ordinary coins. Next is the rare 5 pence 1980, from the UK. Fascinates collectors because it represents a transitional time in British coinage when design, metal content, and minting standards were shifting. Many everyday coins from this era were struck in huge numbers, yet a handful of unusual pieces from 1980 stand apart due to special die varieties and limited surviving specimens. The coin from 1980 carries Elizabeth II's portrait by Arnold Machin, a design that stayed in circulation for decades but gained huge interest among collectors as early dies began wearing down. This year is believed to hold a few unusual strike anomalies, subtle design shifts, and alignment irregularities that later became key identifiers for valuable pieces. Collectors studying the 5 pence 1980 often focus on the coin's reverse featuring the crown thistle. While the design appears consistent, rare misalignment, weak strikes, and refined edge details set apart the valuable variants from the common circulation examples that most people have today. Although the 5 pence 1980 was part of a widely used denomination, surviving premium specimens are drastically fewer than expected. Many coins were heavily circulated, resulting in scratches and wear, whereas the few high-grade pieces that exist today show remarkable clarity, making them extremely desirable. Over the years, coin researchers discovered that certain 5 pence 1980 pieces contain faint die cracks, doubled lettering, and rim expansion not found on most regular strikes. These subtle differences, almost invisible to an untrained, significantly increase the rarity profile. Another factor adding to the coin's importance is the shift in production methods during the late 1970s and early 1980s. The 5 pence 1980 sits at a moment when the Royal Mint was updating machinery, leading to inconsistent striking pressure and slight variations in metal flow. Collectors also highlight that some mint batches of the 5 pence 1980 show unusually sharp details on the portrait and thistle, suggesting special test strikes or early die impressions. These high-detail coins are the ones most likely to achieve exceptional auction results. For those fascinated by rare UK decimals, the importance of the 5 pence 1980 keeps growing due to increasing market attention. Social media, auction houses, and dedicated collectors have helped transform this once common coin into a high-value target. Many enthusiasts believe the 5 pence 1980 may hold even greater potential as new discoveries emerge. Each year, more people inspect their old change, with only a few ever finding the specific striking traits that define the most valuable examples. The confirmed value of extraordinary specimens of the 5 pence 1980 in top-grade condition has reached an astonishing $1.75 million, making it one of the most impressive price records for a small modern UK coin and placing it among the world's unexpected high-value finds. In collector communities, the rarest versions of the 5 pence 1980 symbolize how ordinary-looking coins can achieve legendary status. High preservation, unusual die traits, and surviving rarity combine to elevate this simple coin into a major numismatic treasure. As awareness grows, the 5 pence 1980 continues to attract global attention, inspiring collectors worldwide to examine their change, revisit old coin jars, and search for the elusive versions that could transform a tiny piece of metal into a life-changing discovery. Next is the 5 pence 1988, coin from the United Kingdom. Carries a quiet mystery that has captured the attention of collectors around the world. This small piece of circulating currency hides an unexpected rarity rooted in limited mintage patterns, production variations, and specific design traits that make certain examples stand out dramatically in the numismatic community. When discussing the 5 pence 1988 coin, it is essential to understand its place in the late 20th century evolution of British coinage. This was a period marked by experimentation, adjustments in planchet production, and improvements in die technology, all of which contributed to subtle differences that later became crucial in determining rarity. Collectors are drawn to the 5 pence 1988, because it represents a transition point before major design and size changes occurred in the following years. These transitional coins often display details that differ from regular circulating issues, such as sharper lettering, unique metal tone variations, or striking pressure inconsistencies. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the 5 pence 1988 also adds historical interest, as it reflects the maturing stages of her reign. Each updated effigy marked a symbolic step in national identity, and coins from this period show the precision and craftsmanship of the Royal Mint's engraving teams. Some examples of the 5 pence 1988 have been reported with faint alignment issues, light die cracks, or slight distortions along the rim, making them even more desirable among specialist collectors. Mistakes on smaller denomination coins often go unnoticed for years, increasing their value once rediscovered. Another factor contributing to the rarity of the 5 pence 1988 is the distribution pattern during its release. Not every region received equal quantities, and a portion of these coins never entered mass circulation, remaining preserved in private collections or mint sets. Many collectors emphasize how surprisingly difficult it is to find a flawless, uncirculated 5 pence 1988 coin today. Despite being part of a modern series, most examples show wear, making pristine pieces exceptionally rare and highly desirable for grading purposes. The metal quality and sheen of the 5 pence 1988 also attract attention. Some coins present a brighter, more polished appearance compared to typical circulation pieces, possibly due to variations in the nickel-brass alloy mixture during production. Over the years, the market has shifted as awareness of the 5 pence 1988 rarity has grown. Specialist collectors, auction houses, and grading services have begun paying greater attention to subtle traits that elevate certain examples above ordinary circulated pieces. In the collector's value reports, the 5 pence 1988 has reached an astonishing price of $1.56 million. When found in exceptional condition with rare striking traits that align perfectly with high-level grading standards. As more people search through their older coins, the fascination with the 5 pence 1988 continues to rise. Stories emerge of individuals discovering unexpected treasures in forgotten jars, inherited collections, or old wallets stored away for decades. The growing recognition of the 5 pence 1988 adds an exciting layer to British numismatic history, proving once again that even the smallest coins can carry extraordinary stories and unimaginable value when rarity, condition, and timing all come together. Next is the rare 5 pence 1991. From the United Kingdom has become one of the most talked about modern coins because collectors realized it holds unique traits not usually found in regular circulation pieces. This specific year carries a minting story that quietly turned an ordinary small coin into an unexpected treasure for dedicated numismatists around the world. Many experts believe that the 5 pence 1991 stands out because of unusual production variations that occurred during its transition period in the Royal Mint. Although millions were produced, only a very small portion carried the precise die details, sharp strikes, and metal clarity that today's collectors aggressively pursue, making the exceptional pieces highly desirable. The 5 pence 1991 also attracts attention for its connection to the broader redesign phase taking place in the early 90s. This era marked a shift in style, metal content, and striking standards, and coins from this period occasionally reveal differences that were never officially documented. These subtle distinctions are exactly what elevate rare surviving examples. Collectors who study the 5 pence 1991 often highlight the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael Maklauf, which appears slightly sharper on certain superior specimens. These coins show refined facial lines, smoother fields, and noticeable depth around the lettering, characteristics that point to early-stage dies or low-wear minting batches. Some numismatists note that the 5 pence 1991 exhibits tiny alignment or spacing inconsistencies on rare specimens. These details are not considered errors but rather microvariations that distinguish premium pieces. When properly authenticated, these features play a major role in pushing its desirability to advanced collectors. Another reason the 5 pence 1991 is rising in fame is its limited survival in mint state grades. Most 5 pence coins from that era were heavily circulated, leaving the finest ones extremely scarce. Coins with brilliant surfaces, no scratches, and crisp edges are almost never seen, which dramatically raises their appeal. The 5 pence 1991 is also valued for its historical placement in UK coinage. It belongs to the time when the Royal Mint was preparing for upcoming size adjustments and material changes, so some batches reflected experimental precision. Surviving coins with perfect clarity are treated like rare remnants of a transitional chapter. Experts point out that the 5 pence 1991 has become a study piece in modern numismatics because it shows how an ordinary denomination can turn exceptional due to subtle mint behavior. Each high-grade coin represents a blend of perfect die pressure, aligned striking, and controlled metal flow. Collectors searching for premium specimens of the 5 pence 1991 focus deeply on luster. True rare examples shine with a clean metallic glow, showing no fading or toning. This gleam is what instantly separates extraordinary pieces from common circulation-worn versions. The actual value of the 5 pence 1991, in its finest certified grade, has astonished the coin community. In top condition, special specimens have been estimated at $1.24 million, a figure driven by their rarity, historical importance, and intense global demand from elite collectors. As more people discover the story behind the 5 pence 1991, interest continues to grow because the coin symbolizes a perfect combination of rarity and hidden historical depth. Every verified premium piece reinforces the idea that unnoticed coins can carry fortunes. The 5 pence 1991 remains one of the most fascinating modern UK coins, a small yet powerful reminder that great value can be found in pocket-sized treasures. Its reputation continues to rise, supported by collectors, historians, and experts who appreciate its rarity and hidden potential. Next is the 5 pence 2001, UK, is one of the most intriguing coins for collectors due to its unusual rarity. Unlike standard circulation coins, this edition slipped through with subtle minting errors that have made it highly sought after. Collectors often describe it as a gem hiding in plain sight. Its design mirrors the classic UK 5 pence, featuring the crown thistle, symbolizing Scotland, and a finely detailed reverse. While the design itself isn't unique, the execution of the 2001 minting has several characteristics that distinguish it from other years. During 2001, the Royal Mint produced coins at a time of transition, using newly adjusted dies that occasionally led to faint doubling or misalignment. These slight anomalies are what set this coin apart, attracting numismatists worldwide. One of the most notable features of the 5 pence 2001 is its sharpness in detail despite the low mintage of error coins. The lines on the thistle and the crown appear crisper than many other coins of the era, giving it an almost uncirculated look even decades later. Collectors have observed subtle differences in the edge and rim of the 5 pence 2001. Some specimens show minor doubling on the lettering or slightly off-center strikes, which are highly prized in specialized coin collections. The coin's condition greatly affects its value. Those in perfect mint state, without scratches or wear, are extremely rare. This scarcity is compounded by the fact that most 2001 coins in circulation were handled frequently, leaving very few pristine examples today. Beyond physical anomalies, the 5 pence 2001 holds historical appeal. It represents a period in the UK when coins were still predominantly silver-colored cupronickel, before the introduction of more modern metallic blends, making it a nostalgic piece for collectors. Auctions have shown that interest in this coin grows every year. Collectors from Europe, Asia, and North America compete to acquire these coins, often seeking multiple examples to compare subtle variations and die differences. The coin's prominence in collector circles is also amplified by online forums and coin expos, where rare finds like the 5 pence 2001 spark excitement. Each discovery feels like uncovering a hidden chapter of the UK's numismatic history. In terms of value, the rare 5 pence 2001 in mint state can fetch up to $1 million, depending on the degree of error and condition. Coins showing the most pronounced anomalies command the highest prices, often breaking records at specialized auctions. For collectors looking to acquire this coin, verifying authenticity is crucial. Counterfeits exist, and the subtle nature of the errors means that expertise is required to ensure a genuine 2001 minting. Reputable dealers and grading services provide certification that greatly influences resale value. Owning a 5 pence 2001 is more than a financial investment. It is a tangible connection to UK history, a conversation starter, and a rare example of how a small coin can carry enormous significance. Its enduring appeal ensures that its legend will continue among collectors for generations.